Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for July 2nd, 2013. It's still muggy out there, still humid and disgusting out. Temperatures are already in the lower to mid 70s throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, and dew points aren't that far behind in the lower 70s. And we have showers and thunderstorms moving through the region. Basically, we're seeing a repeat of what we saw yesterday, but not as widespread as far as the showers and thunderstorms, but the potential is certainly still there. Taking a look at the latest surface map again, we see our temperatures here rather muggy. When we look at the surface map, you can see the boundary between the tropical air and the polar air is a little bit further north and west, and that means we are in the heart of this tropical air mass with dew points already surging through the 70s and temperatures rebounding into the lower to mid 80s along the immediate coast and mid 80s, possibly a few upper 80s in the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area just away from the coast. So clearly we are dealing with a very soupy, uncomfortable, humid air mass. I don't know how many other adjectives I can use here. It's just uncomfortable and basically, as one friend of mine said, disgusting out. When is this going to end? Well, I got some bad news for you and some good news. So let's get to the forecast and take a look. So here we have the radar. We have showers and thunderstorms here lifting from southwest to northeast. And this is pretty much going to be the basic setup today on through this weekend. These showers and thunderstorms are going to develop, lift north and east, capable of producing very heavy downpours, frequent lightning, wind gusts over 40 miles per hour, and even an isolated tornado, much like yesterday. These tornadoes, I should be, very, very precise here, are weak. F0, F1, very weak, but are capable of producing significant damage. So don't try to drive up to them and be a pseudo storm chaser here. If you see a wall cloud developing, you see clouds kind of descending down from the base of the clouds here, stay away from it, get to your house, get to some shelter. Do not try to take pictures of it. I know the news loves to do that. Don't do it. Get away from a tornado. Trust me on this, okay? Otherwise, we're going to be dealing with some very heavy downpours here. And with all the rain already settled in over the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, any type of heavy downpour is going to lead to flash flooding. So if you see any roadways that have submerged water, do not drive through it. Take your time. Stay away from it. Go around it. But whatever you do, do not drive through it because you never know how deep that water is. So what can we expect for today? Again, showers and thunderstorms will be a threat. Here's our boundary. Now, the fact that the boundary here is a little bit further north and west means that the bulk of the thunderstorms will not be as widespread because the lifting isn't the same as what we saw yesterday. But still, clearly, we're in this tropical air mass. You can see the winds are coming from the Gulf of Mexico and streaming just right up the coast with plenty of tropical moisture. So any one of these little disturbances in this flow will continue to produce the potential for showers and thunderstorms. So where is the good news? Well, here's some good news. See this dry air right here? This is basically a representation of the ridge, the Bermuda High Pressure Ridge or Western Atlantic Ridge. And what's going to happen is that this dry sinking air is going to shift a little bit closer to the coast, starting especially on 4th of July on through the 4th of July weekend. What does that mean for us? Well, on the positive side, thunderstorms will be more isolated to more widely scattered in nature. They'll also be potentially more dynamic because you have dry air aloft. So thunderstorms that do develop will be capable of reaching severe levels rather easily. On the negative side, well, I guess, positive side as well, I guess, temperatures are going to be much warmer. We're talking about temperatures in the lower to mid 90s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, upper 80s to lower 90s in the New York City metropolitan area, mid to upper 80s along the coast, and that's going to lead to a heat index pushing into the lower to mid 90s, possibly upper 90s throughout the entire region. So yes, we get rid of all the widespread cloud cover and, gloomy conditions that we're dealing with today. We get more sunshine, but we also get more heat and basically a heat wave for the 4th of July weekend, with the threat continuing for showers and thunderstorms. So there is some slight improvement, but as you can see here, here's a perfect example. Here's a thunderstorm that just blew up over the Atlantic, interacting with tropical moisture at the surface and dry air aloft. So you see this thunderstorm blows up. That's basically what we're going to be dealing with for this upcoming weekend. So slight improvement, more sunshine, still a threat for showers and thunderstorms, still unsettled and hotter. So here's our forecast from the European model guides from the Pensa EWAL website. Again for this evening, high pressure in control. That ridge remains in place. Now here's where the shift starts to happen tomorrow evening. You see the ridge is a little bit closer. So for Thursday, 4th of July, on through the weekend, that ridge basically starts to shift a little bit closer to the coast, almost on the coast at the surface, and at 500 millibars right over the mid-Atlantic from basically South Carolina up through New Jersey. And that again is going to lead to drier conditions, but hotter conditions. And still a threat for your shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, capable of reaching severe levels. We're talking about heavy downpours, frequent lightning, wind gusts over 60 miles per hour, hail, and even possibly an isolated tornado. So we improve as far as getting more sunshine for this upcoming weekend, but we also get hotter with temperatures likely in the lower to mid 90s in the Philadelphia metro, upper 80s to lower 90s in the New York City metropolitan area, mid to upper 80s along the coast. Our lows remain in the lower to mid 70s. So we remain humid, we remain hot, we remain hazy with a threat of thunderstorms in the afternoon. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. And later this morning, I'll have a premium video discussion explaining what we need to look for to see this pattern finally break down and collapse a little bit. That's coming up later this morning for all you premium members. Have a wonderful day, and please stay safe out there.